Hey, what's up, everyone? Yesterday I made a trip to one of my local gun shops. I try to go to one every week or two. Uh, I like to purchase used guns if I can because I kind of like the depreciation to already be factored in, and then see if I can get some, good value on something. So there's actually kind of like a list of guns that I have, mainly handguns, in my mind that I'd like to pick up if I see them for a good price. Well, yesterday I went to the store, saw some decent ones, and then all of a sudden I saw something that caught my eye. It was one of my on my to buy list, let's call it, and that was this. You might recognize this. This is the Ruger Charger. It is a 22 LR pistol. Has an 8-inch barrel, and I believe it's 17 inches long. Weighs about 52 ounces. That's without the bipod and scope. Now, when this is typically made, and but in case you don't know, it's basically the pistol version of the Ruger 1022. So the receiver, trigger, and all that good stuff is the 1022 stuff, and it takes Ruger 1022 mags, um, regardless of size. Now this one came with a couple of extras. Now it came with the bipod, as you can tell. This actually ships with the charger. This is the magazine that ships with the charger. The scope was added later on. From what I can tell, it looks like a no-name scope, but I kind of look at it this way. I got a free scope and some free scope rings. So, you know, I'm probably not going to use that. I'll probably put a different optic on it. It does have a Picatinny rail on top, which I'll show you in a second. No iron sights, unfortunately. Um, you can swap out this grip if you want to. I won't. I'll just leave it. It's fine. I'm not fussy about that sort of thing. And like I said, my regular 1022 mags will work in this just fine. But I will be taking off the scope rings, the bipod. I'll save that because maybe one day I'll want to use it. Right now, I'm not really a bench shooter. And it came with a flash hider on it. It looks like a regular A2 flash hider. It does have a threaded barrel, half by 28. For now, I'm just going to put a thread protector on it. Unfortunately, it did not come with the original thread protector, but I am going to pick one up if I can't find one in my stuff and just kind of put that back on because it adds about maybe an inch and a quarter to the barrel length, and I'd rather keep it a little more compact. Now, I saw these used, excuse me, I saw them brand new at Bud's Gun Shop, and I think they were 305 or 306. I paid 269 for this. So I was thinking, all right, 269, so I'm saving $36, and I'm picking up the flash hider and the scope in case I wanted to use them. So I'm like, that's not bad. Well, what I didn't realize at first anyway, was that this is actually kind of a special version of the charger. It has the Picatinny adapter at the back, so you can put on a Picatinny pistol brace if you want. So I know SB Tactical makes one, and a couple of other companies. So you can attach one of those, so you have a pistol brace to shoot with, or you can also like fold it over so you can kind of go back and forth with it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Like I said, for now, I'll be taking the scope off, the scope rings, and the flash hider. And the funny thing is, the MSRP on these, from what I can tell, is $379, but it's $419 if they have this brace. So now I really feel like I did pretty well because I'm thinking that since there's a $40 difference in MSRP, that when these are for sale, they're probably around 340 or 350 with that adapter in the back. I did go online looking for them according to the model number because I did a search on the serial number and I couldn't find any that were not sold out. I couldn't find them in stock anywhere. And the other good thing is with the Chargers, I know they made them about 20 years ago, and then they stopped making them and they started again about 11 or 12 years ago. I was wondering at first if this was like an older one. It's not. It was actually made in 2021. So this might only be like 4 or 5 months old. It might be a year or so old, but It isn't that old, so I feel like I got a really good deal at only 269. And then, of course, the good thing is no shipping and no transfer fees because I bought it right out the store. So my plan for this, like I said, is to get maybe a red dot or something to put on top because I really don't like how clunky that scope is. But yeah, we got to get rid of that scope. I'm not really a fan. Other thing I'd like to do is for now put the thread protector on, but I was actually thinking of getting a linear compensator. And my reasoning for that is because the linear compensator would actually kind of cut the noise down a little bit. Now we know 22 is not that loud. Unfortunately, I can't have a suppressor where I am, but from what I understand, I've never used a linear compensator, but the linear compensators will reduce the concussion from the sides and from the shooter a little bit. So if this had to be used indoors for any purpose, it would kind of cut down on that a little bit. So my reading was that it would cut it down like 10 to 12 decibels. So that's pretty meaningful if you're using standard velocity ammunition and you can cut, say, 10 to 12 decibels from the position of the shooter. I'll take it. So I'm thinking of possibly doing something like that. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of leave it stock. I know I think Archangel makes like a new chassis system and everything for it, but I kind of like it just like this. And I'm figuring with the 8-inch barrel, it's actually to me it would be a lot easier shooting than like say a Thompson Contender because I shoot the Thompson Contenders and those are a little beefier. Some of those have like 10 and 12-inch barrels, and they're wider barrels because they're shooting larger projectiles sometimes. There's a little more steel involved, so this is pretty cool. I'm really excited about this. I guess I've been wanting one of these for quite a while. And like as you can see, you have the same mag release here, same safety as the 1022. And then if you want to, you can also go with the updated triggers they sell for it. So there's a lot of good stuff going on with this. I like this a lot. And like I said, this is just their basic pistol grip. I'm going to keep that on because it's fine. Is a little dirty. Definitely needs a little bit of a cleaning. I'll get inside there and make sure it's all cleaned up. Then I'm going to take it to the range and try it out. So just wanted to show you. I actually think I've gone in some of my other videos and I actually think 22 is a decent home defense round. Obviously, it's not that powerful, but if you're worried about concussion, hearing damage, flash, over penetration, 22 is not bad. And this is something I can see that like my wife could use. I had brought that up to her. She didn't like it. I'm thinking she might maybe like it a little more when she actually shoots it because she also has trouble with the rifle because she's 4'11", and like I have a 1022 rifle she's not fond of. She tends to like some of my revolvers, like the smaller revolvers. Like I had talked recently about the Taurus 905. She likes that one quite a bit, and her favorite one is the Beretta. But unfortunately, Beretta PX4 Storm, she has trouble racking the slide. So I'm thinking something like this would be good because she just has to pull this back. Um, at least for now. I mean, I think I have a CZ Scorpion on my list at some point in the future too. So maybe when I get a good price on one of those, that might be another good option for us. Um, but like I said, I kind of like the 8-inch barrel. You get more velocity than you would out of a pistol that has a 3 or 4-inch barrel. So pretty cool. And then it's always nice to have this option for the bipod. Um, what I do wish is that there was some way to extend the Picatinny rail. That Picatinny rail is about, let's see here. So maybe about 4 inches or about 5 inches, I would say. I just wish it was maybe a little bit longer, even like say just like even any over here, and I could just put like regular iron sights on it because I kind of like iron sights. But I guess I can jump into the 21st century and get an actual optic kind of thing that's not a scope because I just don't like scopes on handguns very much. Um, The other thing I would like that I have to look into is if just like this attaches to the stud here for the sling stud. I'm wondering if there is some enterprising soul who made a Picatinny rail that attaches there, because that would be pretty cool if you could attach, like, say, a small light to that. I'd like that. So basically, yes, I'm thinking of tacking out my 20 my 22 caliber uh, target pistol here. So yeah, I know I'm a little crazy, but I think it would be a cool idea. So my plan, for those of you who watch this channel regularly, is to take a few of these to the range, and once I go, hopefully within the next week or two, I'm planning on bringing this one and just doing a review on it. I do feel like this one is gonna perform pretty well, and I'm gonna test it with different types of ammo. I was checking out the manual online, and it says standard velocity, high velocity, and hyper velocity are fine. So I will be checking it out with like some Federal bulk and um, CCI mini mags, and also stingers. I've heard that 1022s have issues with stingers, so I'm gonna try that out too because I'm a big fan of stingers. So we'll try those out. Run some through and see how it does with all of them. So I'm figuring after I just make sure it's the inside's clean and lubricate it, I should be ready to go. And the great thing about the 1022 firearms, or 1022 pattern firearms, if that's such a thing, is that everything is interchangeable. It's kind of like the Glock of 22s. Something breaks, it's pretty easy to find parts to replace it. Something you don't like, pretty easy to fix it and replace it. So how can you not love that? And plus, like I said, $269. If I were going to sell this at some point in the future, I really don't think I'll be losing much money, if any, especially the way inflation's going. It probably went up in value since yesterday. I know gas has. That's going up a lot, but I'm not going to complain. If you stuck around this far, I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you liked the video. Also appreciate a subscription, and I will talk to you later with hopefully some range reviews soon. See ya.